You know, out of all the things I have to make a video for, I make a video about this book. So let's start. I hate you so much. You know, if I had an editor, if I just knew editing, I'd probably make like a really discount intro of John Green's Crash Course like some point during this video. But I don't, so I mean, we're just gonna talk about this thing. This book is a huge vomit of words that I genuinely can't like understand sometimes. But we're gonna try to, you and I, we're gonna try our hardest to like figure this book out. Mainly because this is for a project, so I kind of have to learn to understand this book, because if I don't, I fail the class. So let's just jump right into it. Shoutouts to Philip DeFranco. Let's go. First, I just want to make this more appealing to, you know, the audience. This is my first time doing this type of video, and it's pretty analytical, so it's gonna be a little boring for most of you. I wouldn't be surprised. I got bored reading this book, and I'm getting bored right now just talking about it. So how I'm gonna do it is, I try to make it stand up, is to look up a nice picture for you guys. I found it. Got it? Cool. Shout outs to my group for making me have to talk about this motif that's somehow in this book, which is the lack of control and agency with this guy. Awesome. I also want to shout out this professor that I know of that taught me this word that I'm going to be using a lot during this video, so hopefully I can teach you guys too. Alright, ready. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back to dark mode because it's like, this is the only way you can see this image like clearly, so we're just gonna... Okay, cool. So a lot of the time we see the Invisible Man between a rock and a hard place, and normally for us we just say he's stuck. But there's another term that could be used during this book and during our actual lives that make more sense. It's, well, the word is liminal. You can look up liminal real quick, but the main gist of liminal is to describe the space in between spaces. A lot of the time we use liminal to describe when someone is alive to when someone is dead. But we can also use this in other types of subjects in our lives. Maybe you feel lost during the summer after you graduate high school because now you're not a high school student anymore, but you're also not a college student yet. Or you had an affair with one of your friends and you don't know if you're in a genuine relationship or just friends. Fun fact, these examples actually just came from the college professor because I wouldn't know any other way to explain this to you guys. Anyways, you can see how much this is implemented in our daily lives, but how does this fit in with the Invisible Man? Does it even fit in at all? What do you think? Another fun fact, I literally searched up random black guy from the civil rights movement and I found this picture and I thought it fit in perfectly, so yeah, there's a source for that. So the Invisible Man constantly put himself between being visible and invisible and vice versa, even though he didn't really want to become invisible. And honestly, I think that really relates back to the 1930s and beyond with the racial tension between white people and black people in society. You have to understand that African Americans like this guy actually felt like this. They didn't really know their identity because they had to be subordinate to the white people. So a lot of the time they actually just couldn't go follow their dreams because, well, that's not what society wanted them to be. This book is, well, really a reimagining of the same sentiment that African Americans felt during this time period. And the Invisible Man really didn't even have an identity. He had one thing in the beginning of the book, and that was speaking. That was the only thing he found an identity with. But he never got to it, and when he actually did, he got manipulated to be something that he actually didn't want to be part of. Also, a lot of this could have been prevented if he had just some self-awareness in his life. Literally, so many events in this book didn't have to happen if he had just had some self-awareness. But he didn't, and instead just followed, you know, my grandpa said so, and got him into worse situations by the end of the book. This book isn't accurate. It's really just an exaggeration of the time period, but it's still not fun to read, honestly. But there's still a big thing that we can take away from this, and it's not just towards African Americans. It's a thing that we can take in from our society. The book teaches us that we only lack control once someone takes control of our life, and we really don't say anything about it. This is what the Invisible Man literally does with the Brotherhood, with Dr. Bledsoe, Norton, everyone else in this book basically does this. And once someone takes control of our life, we really just kind of go inward and we just kind of stay to ourselves. And that's when we feel invisible. And that's what Ralph Ellison wants to tell us. Hey, so thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys got interested in reading this book. I don't know. I was never interested. It's for a class. It was for a project. This is a whole project video. I did have a lot of fun doing this though. I didn't like reading the book. I like making this video. I will never, maybe, I don't know, just depends. I may do another video of this, depending on, well, I'm reading Kite Runner now, but I don't know if you guys want a video of that. We'll see. We'll see if I have a final for that, because if I do, maybe I'll do this. But this is the first time I ever did one of these. I think it went okay. Yeah, I have nothing else to talk about. Follow my Twitter. It's in the description. Subscribe. I don't know. I'm not gonna post a lot more. Follow my Snapchat. Follow my Snapchat, my Twitter, maybe my Instagram. Especially, I've plugged my Twitter like 3 times. Especially my Twitter. Follow my Twitter, please. I'm so close to 200 followers. So close. I'm just there. Yeah, no, but I'll see you guys around, I guess. Not this book. I'm done with this book. Oh my god. That scared the shit out of me.